Welcome to the Aptos Knoll Mobile Home Park members meeting. We're here to discuss a proposal about how to save the park from the thatch. That is that brown grass that surrounds so many of our homes. The lawn that we now refer to from now on as the thatch, that is what is not in the common areas. All of Aptos Knoll has sprinklers, but the common areas are green and welcoming and pretty good shape for being 50 years old, while the personal space, what's around each home and is also sprinklered, is not. It is ugly. Why? The lawn is developing brown patches and dying for lack of watering. In individual cases, the thatch has died and has or has not been replaced by the individual homeowner. I'm using stock photos throughout this proposal, as the picture you're now seeing shows, because I do want to protect both the guilty and the innocent. I am among the guilty. Some homes look great sitting in their own ring of green, others appear blighted. The appearance of the whole park is drawn down and potentially value is lost because of these blights. Real estate agents in the park tell us it's a problem, and green grass helps to maintain water flow. Sprinklers deposit water, and good grass absorbs it, as we can see in this beautiful photo of a common area. Rain falls, healthy grass grows, but the thatch allows for runoff, and that runoff can send water under homes, onto common spaces and walkways, which causes puddlings and mud, and it also washes fertilizer and pesticides, down the hill and into the streams. We've been told this is a problem. Runoff affects homes that are vigilant in their watering as well as those of us who forget. This is a dreadful situation for a planned community made up of environmentally conscious members. These are consequences we don't want. Everyone is affected aesthetically as well. Talks are underway and have been for years as to whether to replace the current lawn with drought-resistant plants or to replace the old lawn with new lawn. We are no closer to a resolution, and either one will be very expensive. But meanwhile, as the clock is ticking, the grass is dying. It's right, the grass does look greener. How did this problem arise? 50 years ago, when the park was established and the homes erected and landscaping laid out, the common area sprinklers were placed under the control of the resident manager. The park, established in the 1960s, sought to balance cost, maintenance, and allowing individual homeowners some sway by letting the individual homeowners control the watering around each home. Looking at this picture, we can see what happens. In a senior park, sometimes residents have physical or memory problems that interfere with watering, and some of us, myself included, simply were never gardeners and so failed to take charge. And then there were the California droughts, and the well-meaning residents who thought to save water by depriving grass of it. Early on, the grass was probably forgiving, but 50 years into the history of the park, the thatch can't take it. We are in long-term talks about spending $10,000 to $50,000 to replace the landscaping and put in a new sprinkler system. But those talks are not going to resolve for probably another few years, and then who knows how long it'll take for us to get the new systems in place. What can we do right now? The simplest solution is the best. Let's ask the manager to manage this at a cost of an additional hour of his time a week. With the manager controlling all of the watering, we won't have this kind of situation arise. The entire park would receive the same amount of watering. Water can be conserved when necessary by the one person truly qualified to make informed choices. All of the green spaces, individual and shared, will look about the same. And if a homeowner changes out grass, each of us do have that individual sway. If a homeowner changes out grass, it will be maintained. The manager himself, during rainy season, could change out small patches of the thatch with that hour a week time. The decision does not impact long-range decisions to implement the centrally controlled sprinkler system, the change in landscaping, drought-resistant plants. We can change the manager's hours anytime we want, but we're doing something about the problem now rather than waiting for the expensive solution. The manager regains a little income, which was lost recently when we split his job with the handyman's job, and the consistent watering will stop the degradation of the lawns and over time stop runoff and seepage. While individual homeowners won't control their watering any longer, they have not lost control over other flowers and shrubs. Look at this beautiful accent. Wouldn't it be marvelous if it had green grass growing around it? Many residents would be relieved with regular watering and would not mind the budget item. It relieves us of the responsibility and of the guilt of forgetting to water. Personal control by the manager gives him a reason also to say hello to the elderly or to the infirm residents at least once a week, and that's something the park has also kicked around as an idea of a good service provided. If an hour a week is added to the manager's responsibilities, there would be $20 a week, 52 weeks a year, $1,040 a year. That would be the cost, and that's about what we recently saved when we switched mowing and trimming services. Should less or more time be needed, or we decide to do something different a year from now, we're fine. These creative solutions, as you can see above, haven't worked. We need to do something more than put a handful of bulbs in the ground to grow up among the thatch. If we start now with regular watering, we can send out a flyer to everyone in the park, letting them know what's happening, and in 3 months, ask for their responses. 3 months gives a lot of time for the grass to green. Just a couple of words in closing. Look at what would be possible with regular watering. We know there are a couple of homes in the park that already look this way because of they're simply getting enough water on the ground. The dead thatch around a few homes is causing blight, and it's bothered a lot of people for many, many years. We have a good solution now. Should we hire the manager for an additional hour a week and turn over all watering to him, that would relieve this problem. The blighted patches would be gone, runoff would be ended, and happiness would be restored to the area. Let's talk now about it. I'm going to throw this open for questions. I hope that we can have a good conversation and then take a vote among members, because we could start this new practice tomorrow. Thank you very much.